Mia Khalifa is one of the most controversial and talked about figures to ever emerge from the adult entertainment industry. Seemingly overnight, she became an international sensation, her name instantly recognizable across the globe. But fame came with a price, and Mia's story is anything but simple. While her rise was meteoric, her departure from the industry was just as abrupt. Despite spending only a few months filming adult content, her impact on the industry and on public perception has lasted for years. Today, we're going to explore the complex double life of Mia Khalifa. Who is the woman behind the viral fame? Why did she leave the industry? And why, despite her vocal regrets, does she keep returning to the spotlight? Let's dive in. Mia Khalifa, born Sarah Jo Chamoun, entered the world on February 10, 1993 in Beirut, Lebanon. Her family moved to the United States when she was just 8 years old, seeking a better life far from the instability of the Middle East. Adjusting to life in the US was difficult. As a teenager, Mia struggled with body image and often felt isolated among her peers. She was bullied at school for her weight and for being different. Desperate for connection and validation, she quickly latched onto anyone who showed her attention. At the age of 18, Mia married a man 7 years her senior. That relationship, like many aspects of her early life, would later become a source of deep reflection and, in some cases, regret. After high school, Mia enrolled at a university in Texas. During this time, she underwent a significant transformation, losing over 20 kilograms in a relatively short period. Even she admits she doesn't quite know how it happened, but the results were clear. Mia had changed both physically and socially. Suddenly, people noticed her. For the first time in her life, she began receiving the kind of attention she'd always craved. The confidence boost was palpable. She embraced the new version of herself, and this confidence would soon lead her into entirely unexpected territory. What many don't know, or what Mia rarely speaks about publicly, is that before she entered the adult film industry, she briefly worked as a stripper in 2012. These early experiences in adult entertainment were her first steps into a world she would later describe as both empowering and deeply damaging. In 2013, Mia moved to Miami and underwent breast augmentation surgery. It was a decision she made for herself, but it also marked a point of no return. Her new look drew even more attention, and it wasn't long before she was approached by someone asking if she had ever considered modeling. According to Mia, the story of how she entered the adult film world changes depending on when and where she's telling it. Sometimes she says it was just a spontaneous offer. Other times she claims she was manipulated or coerced. The truth may lie somewhere in between. She adopted the name Mia Khalifa, reportedly inspired by her dog's name, and began working with a smaller modeling agency. She did a photo shoot, recorded a couple of short videos, and soon after caught the attention of one of the biggest names in the adult industry. Her career had officially begun. Mia's rise to fame wasn't just fast, it was explosive. One particular video in which she wore a hijab during a scene went viral and sparked an enormous backlash. She received death threats from extremists, angry messages from conservative communities, and criticism from cultural commentators around the world. In an interview with the BBC, she claimed the idea was pushed by producers, not her. She expressed regret, but never took full responsibility for the decision. This moment, more than any other, cemented her infamy. It also started a public conversation about representation, religion, and exploitation in adult media. Despite becoming the most searched adult performer online, Mia later stated in interviews that she made only $12,000 during her time in the industry. However, this claim was quickly debunked. Records from her agency revealed she earned well over $178,000 just from one studio. So why lie? According to critics, Mia often tailors her narrative depending on the audience, choosing vulnerability and victimhood when it suits her. While it's clear she didn't earn millions, it's also clear she wasn't exactly underpaid either. The reality? The adult film industry profited from her image, but so did Mia. Then and now. Mia has often cited her ex-husband as a major influence on her decision to enter the industry, claiming he encouraged her to attend a casting session. She also alleged that he had an unhealthy obsession with adult content, and that his fetishization of her played a role in her choices. Whether or not that's true, Mia has acknowledged that working in adult entertainment made her feel desired for the first time in her life. This feeling of validation, combined with financial incentives, created a powerful motivation to stay, at least for a while. Eventually, the marriage fell apart. Mia then went through a series of toxic relationships that led to anxiety, depression, and deep personal struggles. She has said that her pets were the only things that helped her through the darkest times. After leaving the adult industry in 2017, Mia tried to live a normal life. She applied for office jobs and even got invited to interviews. But time and time again, she was rejected. Her past was impossible to escape. Some interviewers just wanted to meet her out of curiosity. Others couldn't take her seriously. No matter how hard she tried to rebrand herself, the internet wouldn't let her forget. Her face and everything it had come to represent was just one Google search away. In 2019, Mia began a media tour in which she passionately condemned the adult film industry. Her interviews were emotional, often tearful. She spoke about how the industry ruined her relationships, her privacy, and her self-esteem. "I lost the right to my own image," she said in one now famous interview. "Those videos will never go away. I can't remove them from the internet." Her vulnerability earned her sympathy. Podcasts, interviews, and TikTok became platforms where she rebranded herself as a victim, manipulated, naive, and taken advantage of. But not all of her claims held up under scrutiny. Just 1 year after denouncing the adult industry, Mia launched an account on a popular subscription platform for adult content. The backlash was immediate. Critics pointed out the contradiction. How could someone who condemned the industry so harshly return to it voluntarily? Mia defended herself by saying that now she had full control, that this time it was on her terms. Mia has since leaned into controversy. Whether it's comparing military service to sex work, claiming the latter is more honest, or making inflammatory comments about global conflicts, she constantly keeps her name in the headlines. She lost partnerships, including one with Playboy, after posting a particularly offensive tweet during a time of international crisis. But every scandal brought renewed attention and more followers. Over time, Mia's stories about her past have shifted dramatically. She has said she was forced into signing a contract, yet in interviews, she admits it was sent to her by email, and she signed willingly. She claims she was in the industry for just 3 months, but studio records show she continued working in adult entertainment until mid-2017. Even the infamous hijab scene, which she said she protested against, was something she reportedly agreed to without pressure. Her former agency responded publicly, sharing statistics and screenshots to refute her claims. They pointed out that Mia herself reignites interest in her old content every time she speaks about her past, resulting in more views, more controversy, and more money. Mia Khalifa is a complicated figure. Her story is riddled with contradictions, half-truths, and emotional appeals. She claims to want to move on, yet keeps her stage name, talks about her past, and profits from it. On one hand, she is a woman who made a few impulsive decisions in her early 20s and paid dearly for them. On the other hand, she is someone who has repeatedly used her past to remain in the public eye, even if it means bending the truth. So who is the real Mia Khalifa? That might depend on the day you ask. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the headlines. Until next time, stay curious.